Hello everyone, welcome to the channel and welcome to a brand new mini-series that I'm calling The Greatest Escape. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to take over the team who sit bottom of the Premier League at the end of January, the day before transfer deadline day, so the 30th of January 2023. I take over the team who sit bottom of the Premier League. I have one day to assess what I've got, what I need in terms of playing staff, background staff, etc, etc, etc. Then I have deadline day to try and get rid of the deadwood, bring in some players capable of keeping us in the Premier League, and then I need to try and avoid relegation to the Championship. I'm hoping that I end up with a team that ain't too far adrift because I don't know what I'm going to get. I haven't holidayed through yet. I'm going to do that in a second, and we're going to see what we're going to get. We might be 20 points adrift at the bottom of the table. We might not have a win. We might have injuries to key players. We don't know what we're going to get, so it's kind of exciting and just a little bit scary. Before we do start though, I'd like to say thank you to everyone who's watched my videos before, anyone who's subscribed to the channel. Please do hit the like button if you do enjoy this video and you want to see more videos or series like these, a bit different. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell to know when future videos are released. Comment below to say hi or what type of video you would like me to see. And yeah, just help me continue to build the channel and try and make a success of this content creation malarkey. Right, should we go and see who I'm going to manage? Right, we've holidayed through to the 30th of January 2023 and the team at the bottom of the Premier League is Fulham. It is Fulham. They've played 21, won 2, drawn 6, lost 13 with a goal difference of -19. They have 12 points and are 9 points adrift from the team in 17th, which is the safety zone, and that is Leicester City. So we've got to make up a 9-point deficit in 17 games. And I don't know actually what we're working with here. Manchester United are 14th in this simulation, which they're struggling. Let's get into it. Right, here we go then. I've taken the reins at Fulham. Fulham have today confirmed the appointment of Peter Reynolds as the club's new manager. And when you get to the bottom of this, you can see that there is a bit of an issue here. They're on a poor run of 6 league games without a win. The relegation candidates find themselves in 20th place in the Premier League. Fulham have lost 3 of their last 5 games in the league. So, it's going to be tough. I've just set up a quick tactic of a 4-3-3 or 4-1-2-3 or whatever they want to call it. On a direct counter-attack, playing cautiously or something. Just so that we can have a look at the squad that we've got. I've clicked on Ask Assistant for everything to see what squad depth we've got, if there's a possibility of getting any players in or out of the club by tomorrow. So goal kit, we've got Bernd Leno and Marek Rodak, who seem to be the same sort of ability with regards star rating. There's a massive big difference between their wages. Oh, look at that. Leno on 85 grand a week. Blimey. Not much below that, to be honest. And yeah, there's no potential anywhere. Could be an issue. I'm literally just going to have a quick look at the depth we've got now. And then I won't do it on camera because it'll take too long. But then I'm going to have a look at each player individually, their stats or attributes, as they're called. Their stats for the season, their rating, etc, etc, and then try and work out who's worth keeping. At right back, we've got Kenny Tete and Kevin Mbabu. Left back, Anthony Robinson, Layvin Kurzawa and Tim Ream. Not much really. It's just old man to come in. Kurzawa is on loan from PSG. He's a decent enough player. Then in centre of defence, we've got Paulina, Adarabioyo and Diop, and then Ream and Duffy to cover. Shane Duffy's on loan from Brighton, and he's our worst defender. So I think that 55 grand a week, if we are paying that, I think that could go elsewhere. Paulina is our best defensive midfielder. Can't get my words out. Then Harrison Reed. And then we've got Chalobah and Nardoni who can come in. Again, Paulina, Reed, Pereira, Chalobah, Nardoni. So we've got a lot of depth in midfield. On the right-hand side, Andreas Pereira is our best attacking midfielder on the right. Then we've got Dan James, Willian, Solomon, who are similar ability. On the left, Pereira again, Solomon, Willian, and Cabano is injured, out for up to 2 weeks. And then up front, we've got Alexander Mitrovic, Carlos Vinicius, and then underneath that, not much really. Rodrigo Muniz is out on loan. He's got a bit of potential ability about him and might be good in a season or two. But other than that, that could be an issue up front. Maybe a little bit more quality needed on the attack in the right. We leave the midfield alone. Defence seems okay. So maybe just a little bit in attack and a goalkeeper. But as I said, I'm going to have a look at each player individually, see who's been playing well and who hasn't been playing well. Because it's all well and good. It's saying Paulina's got a 4-star current ability. But if he's been getting a rating of 6.2 for the season, then he ain't very good, is he? So, finances. Transfer budget, just over £5 million. The original budget was 7.4. Wage budget, we're currently spending £1,407,519. So it doesn't really leave much. What's that? I think that leaves £22,000 a week. So you ain't going to get much for that, are you? But I'm going to go and have a proper look at each player and see what I think needs doing at this club. Having a look at our starting 11, we ain't that bad a team, to be honest, for the position we're in. This, I think, is our best 11. This is what I reckon would be my starting 11. I've had a little bit of a look at how players are playing, etc., etc. And I think this may be the 11 that I go with to start, unless I bring in some new players tomorrow. I've cancelled a couple of loans. They're going to be going back soon. I'm not allowed to sign anyone today or look at the transfer market or anything like that. That has to be done on deadline day, because this is basically the greatest escape that starts on deadline day. I've only come on to the 30th of January to have a look at what we got, to prepare, make notes, see what we need. I'm allowed that at least. There had been a couple of transfers before I took over in the January transfer window. Marko Bulat has come in from Dinamo Zagreb. He's a 21-year-old defensive midfielder. Not ready for the first team yet by the looks of it. He's listed for loan as well, so he's been brought in with an eye on the future. And Juan Ignacio Nardoni has come in from Union de Santa Fe for $3.5 million, rising to a possible $4.2 million. Carrilero, or a deep-lying playmaker in a defensive midfield position. He looks to be quite good, actually. He's down as our third choice, or as our third best midfielder on the comparisons chart behind Paulina and Reed. And he's only 20 years old, and he will probably be getting a few games. But yeah, they're the signings that were already here. I'm going to go on to tomorrow and have a look at deadline day. Right, it's deadline day. My one and only chance to bring players in or get rid of the deadwood. Tom Kearney is in talks with other clubs about leaving. I've taken the captaincy off of him over uncertainty of his time at the club. And I have given the captain's armband to Tim Ream, with Alexander Mitrovic, my new vice-captain. Although there's a rumour that Alexander Mitrovic is going to be going to Wolves for £30 million. Well, if they're going to put a bid in for him, they better hurry up and bloody well do it. Apparently we're rumoured to be looking at Yannick Vestergaard and Costinha as well, but I'm not. I think a goalkeeper could be top of my agenda. I do have Leno and, is it Morek or whatever his name is? They're not that good. They've not been playing that well, really. So maybe a proper solid goalkeeper behind the back line might be in order. Obviously, if a bid does come in for Mitrovic, I might have to try and find a replacement for him. And yeah, I don't think I need a lot. The main thing I needed was coaches. I looked at my staff. We were allowed 7 coaches and we had 3. So I've got a couple of contract offers in for coaches, and hopefully I'll have a full quota of staff by the end of this episode. Right, let's just press continue a little bit see what comes up. The transfer window has closed. Deadline day is over, and there have been a couple of additions. Tom Kearney has indeed gone out the door. We never got a bid in for Alexander Mitrovic, so the rumours for him leaving were definitely not true, and I probably wouldn't have sold him anyway, seeing as he's our first choice striker. But like I said, there were a couple of players who came through the door. Ruben Vezo is the first one, came in from Levante for 9.5 million, possibly rising to 10. I thought that we could do with a little bit of an improvement in defence. So I've brought him in. He's a very, very good player. Ball playing defender, can play as central defender, wide centre-back, a no-nonsense centre-back, libero. He can play any role. He's got great attributes. 28 years old. He's coming on 41 grand a week. And I think he will slot straight in to the centre of defence. And I said I wanted a new goalkeeper. So, Sergio Rico has come in, 29-year-old Spanish, one-capped international. He's coming on loan from PSG. We're paying 50% of his wages, so it's like just over 20 grand a week. He is better than what we've got. So, he's better than Leno, he's better than Rodak. Only 3.5 star current ability, but he's got very good attributes. He's got a lot of experience, and we've got an option to buy him at the end of the season for £5 million if we want to. And I think he's going to do a good job for us. So, that's the team sorted. That's hopefully going to be the staff situation sorted. I haven't actually had anyone accept any contracts yet, but hopefully they will. And all that's left to do is now go and have a look at how we've been getting on, because I forgot to do that. The fixture list and the results do not make for good reading. As you can see, we only have one win in the league in 10 games, and that win came at home to Brighton on the 5th of November, so before the World Cup break. We got a 3-0 win over Valencia in a friendly while the World Cup was going on, but since then, since we've come back to competitive football, we've been knocked out of the EFL Cup. We've lost to Leicester at home in the league. We drew with Wolves, drew with Newcastle, and we've lost the last 3 games, 1 cup, the FA Cup third round, and 2 league games without scoring a goal. So we only have we only have 1 goal in our last 5 competitive games, which is a bit of a worry, and we haven't really been winning. But it has to turn around pretty quickly, because we only have that left. There is what we've got left. No, I don't know why I've done that. We start off away at Aston Villa, and then we play away at Newcastle. So them 2 games there, they're the ones where I'm going to try and get used to the players that I've got and see how we get on. I'm not going to show them. I'm going to be back for episode 2, where we take on Bournemouth at home and Brentford away. Because if we look at the league table, those 2 teams are in and around the relegation battle. So, Bournemouth, currently 10 points above us. Get a win, it moves us to within 7 points of them. Starts to make it a little bit more interesting. Brentford are 5 points above us, only 1 place. We lose against them 2 teams, and I can't see us staying up. And that is literally it. Lose against those, and we're going to get relegated. But I've got two games first against Aston Villa and Newcastle to try and find what my best 11 is. And hopefully it'll be good enough to then keep us in the division. Right, that's going to wrap up this episode, the first episode of The Greatest Escape. We've had a little look at what we've got at Fulham. We've brought in a couple of players. We've got rid of a couple of players. And we've made a plan for going forward. Just waiting for one more coach to get back to me about his contract offer. That's Teddy Sheringham. We've brought in another 3 coaches, so we've currently got 6 out of the 7 we're allowed. Hopefully we'll have a full quota by the next episode. We have had a couple of people turn us down. But that is going to wrap up. Like I said, thank you very, very much for watching. I will see you all again next time. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. It really, really helps me out. Comment below to say hi. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. And I'll be back for episode 2 of The Greatest Escape very soon. Bye-bye for now.